So my name is Julie Watson. I'm the Chief Executive of Women's Aid East and Midlothian. That role means that I've got overall responsibility for the running and management of the charity. Our organisation works with women, children and young people who've been subjected to domestic abuse, and our role is to provide support. I think it's specialist support. We provide advocacy and information, and we also have a refuge provision service. This organisation exists to eradicate all forms of violence against women and girls. When we talk about violence against women and girls, we are thinking about all forms of gender-based violence. So those are harms that are predominantly perpetrated against women. Women experience them specifically because they are women, and they will include different types of harms. For example, domestic abuse, sexual assault and rape, commercial sexual exploitation. So domestic abuse does not discriminate. It can happen to anybody, and we recognise that domestic abuse can happen in any form of relationship. Obviously, within our organisation, we are providing support to women victims. So in our experience, it is where a perpetrator uses a purposeful, sustained pattern of behaviours and tactics towards the woman that's in that relationship. And they use those tactics because they want to exert power and control. The tactics are designed to perhaps isolate victims, and that can be from support so that they can't escape from the relationship. It can be in terms of isolating from social networks, from friends and family. They will also try to strip away emotional, financial resources. So if I was to kind of explain what domestic abuse felt like and looked like, it's very similar tactics that get used in hostage type taking situations. We quite often refer to domestic abuse as intimate partner violence, intimate terrorism. And if I was to take someone hostage, I would do things like removing your phone, monitoring who you can and can't talk to, controlling what you eat, how you dress, how you behave. I might cause fear and alarm by doing things like stomping around the room, screaming, shouting, causing distress. I might try to humiliate you by calling you names, stripping you, assaulting you, sexually abusing you. These are all types of tactics that get used in domestic abuse situations. They are tried and tested methods of power and control they work to gain control over someone. Within that, this is someone that you have an intimate relationship with, so it's someone that knows you well, they understand your strengths and your vulnerabilities, and they will use that knowledge about you to further that abuse. So for example, that could be if they know that I am an addict, then they might manipulate my use of alcohol, drug use. It could be that they know that I'm frightened of the dark, so they will do things like perpetrating abuse by turning all of the electricity off, making sure that a lot of abuse is perpetrated in the dark so that it further enhances how I feel. It can also be though strength, so it could be as someone who identifies as a feminist, it can be that if my perpetrator was to target any behaviour towards me, it might be about stripping away something that's really important to me, so criticising my belief and my value base and kind of taking that away from me and targeting everything towards and blaming that as a reason for why they are abusing me.
Millions of women and girls face many forms of violence throughout their lives, including rape, female genital mutilation, sexual exploitation, and child marriage. Survivors of violence often experience a range of problems, from psychological distress and depression to injury, HIV, and unwanted pregnancies.